Welcome back to Beards and Brews. Hey, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when we have another one brewing. This week's spooktacular movie is going to be Pumpkinhead from 1988. Fellas, what did you think of good old Lance Hendrickson in the woods?
We're talking about a love story from Stan Winston to his monster. That's what this film is.
Yes, 100%. I will agree that the practical effects, no matter how bad the DP tries to make them look pretty good.
See, I did really like all of the practical effects. I just wanted to see more of it. I feel like every time we got to see the Pumpkinhead on screen, it just left me wanting a little bit more. There were a lot of quick cuts and things like that. I just wanted to see a little bit more of them. Maybe I'll have to watch a sequel or something.
There's like 6 of them or something. I don't know. But I'm actually on the opposite end of that. I hated seeing so much of the monster so soon. Like Brady and I, we follow Stan Winston on Instagram. They show a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff. The monster itself, Pumpkinhead, I just don't understand how people can just think of that. And it's real. You know, that kind of thing. It's super impressive to me. Will always be impressive. But this movie puts Pumpkinhead in such precarious situations. Like, there's Pumpkinhead in a really harshly lit doorway where he looks like he's an inch on screen. You know, that's not spooky.
You don't think he looks scary at all? I don't know.
It's like in the situation that he's put in, like in almost every action scene, I'm like, that's a guy in a suit.
To me, he looks like a big old ball sack with limbs. And I don't mean like arms and legs. I mean like tree limbs. That's what he looks like to me. A big old fleshy sack of balls with tree limbs.
I just wish that the buildup was a little better, and like the reveal of Pumpkinhead was a lot better than just like, oh, he's slinging some redneck around in the prologue.
You're right, absolutely.
You get that little silhouette of him, which I think is a good shot, and that I thought that was fairly tasteful. Like, you don't really get to see him, but you get to see his outline. And then when you do finally get to see him, it's just Lance Henriksen stretched over a xenomorph.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
And you mentioned the prologue. Do we need this prologue? I guess they needed to buffer the movie runtime by like 6 minutes or so. This prologue doesn't need to exist.
It's that kind of thing where like this stuff happens at the end. Well, we gotta put a sprinkle a little bit at the beginning so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, to show that there's a deep-seated history of this creature, and it's not just he's gonna go and be like, "Hey there, old lady, make me a pumpkin monster man."
I kind of would have liked that, to be honest. Or do like a summoning thing like Ernest Scares Stupid.
Oh, nice. Rise up, O ye pumpkin tor.
Yeah.
But this prologue is basically like it takes place like back in like the Little House on the Prairie days or something like that. I don't know where or when this movie takes place, by the way, but
this is Madison, Boone County, circa 2000. All right, just go up one holler and you got this.
It's not even back in the day.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is like back in the day of last Tuesday.
Ooh.
Well, they are dressing the part for sure because in this prologue they look like fucking Martha Washington or something.
Oh man,
with the
like,
mama and papaws.
Yeah.
This movie cuts no corners with like the hillbilly vibe. Like they're all just dirty in a pair of overalls. Their linguistics are just piss poor. Like I get it, they live in a shack in the middle of nowhere. Okay, you know.
Yeah, man. Everyone in this film is dirty. Everyone.
It's just weird to see just all these shit-covered people.
How do you know they're from the city? Well, they're not covered in shit now, are they?
Classic, nice.
Yeah, like even when we get to like present day, whatever, we meet like Lance Hendrickson and his little boy. Like we see them like washing their hands before dinner or whatever, and even once they wash their hands, his hands are still filthy.
You talking sexy naked Lance? When he's just hot, trying to look good, like he's in shape, and then you see his face and you go, ugh.
He's got that.
Those are your words, not mine.
He's got that like farmer cut. You're like, all right, this dude definitely does some hard labor. He probably earned every cent he has. Camera pans up. Oh, that's that guy that got split in half in Aliens. All right.
So the premise of this is there's a countryman, and it's Bishop from Aliens, and he's got a little boy. And his little boy means everything in the world to him. Before we get to the end, I want to say there are a lot of people in this film, but there is only really one actor, and that's
exactly
Lance.
one. For sure. Exactly one.
Yeah, it's Farmer Lance Hendrickson. That's all this movie has.
This guy makes sure to go out of his way to really put in the effort when everyone else is just there.
What, we've got like a gaggle of like city kids. They're like teenagers who driving up in a Corvette, and another group of four driving up in like a fancy pickup truck, or at least it seems fancier than its surroundings. And I guess they're going to a cabin somewhere. I don't know. They're gonna have a little party or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and they're city kids. So as soon as they get there, there's old Lance Henriksen. He's like, well, I guess y'all can get some gas and whatnot. Just be careful, my child. He's the only thing that means anything to me in this whole world. I'll be back in 10.
Like, as a collective, they're all just like, hey, we're underwritten college teens, possibly high school. We just don't know. We're kind of in our late 30s. You want to go run over a kid real fast?
Fucking facts.
Yeah, I guess the idea is that like old homeboy from up the holler needed some pig feed, and Lance Hendrickson working at the little stop and go didn't have pig feed, so he's got to go get some for his, like the one customer that he's gonna have this week. So he leaves the boy at the shop with his dog, just locks him in there.
I guess any other day that would have been perfectly fine. The kid probably knows the place front and backwards, and the people who actually shop there are just like townies, whatever.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
This particular day, plot has to happen.
Dude, and you want to talk about plot? It's as thin as this. That's my kid. You killed him. Demon.
With the T.
Yeah, for sure. I really want to know where this takes place. I have a feeling it's like Arkansas. There's a lot of talk about like there's pigs and hollers, mountains. Like, I don't think this is quite Appalachia. I think this is Ozarkia.
I'm just going to keep leaning towards West Virginia. I'm just going to say,
think?
yeah, this is us.
Yeah, all right. So West Virginia, Arkansas, it's in one of those like backcountry holler areas where they have pigs. I don't know. That's all you need.
Definitely feels landlocked, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
And the dude's like, hey, babe. And she's like, yeah, you're so cool, leather jacket guy. And he's like, I know, I'm way cooler than bandana guy. Watch me do this sick trick. What's it called? It's called the 180 Mctwist this kid in half.
Fuck, dude. He had a family.
Yeah, like, okay, the dog gets out running around, because these city kids, they're rolling around on dirt bikes, just doing like, I'm gonna pop a wheelie or whatever. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Dog runs out after him. Kid runs out after the dog. Kid gets fucking mowed over.
Yes. And it's like one of those things where the movie's just like, oh ho, the dog's gonna get it. And you're like, oh man, not the dog. He didn't fucking do anything. And this dumbass kid walks right in front of traffic, by the way. Like, to be honest, I didn't feel bad for the kid because like, these really loud motorcycle in the middle of nowhere zipping around. He's just like, I'm gonna go over here and fucking die.
I ain't never seen one of these vehicles with the two wheels and the what's the loud noises. Papa never said they would kill me.
He's got the fucking wheels and the yays and the
lazy with the thing.
What I heard was Forrest Gump trying to do an English accent.
That was Poppy Cork.
Jenny,
there's
a bloke in there.
But yeah, to be fair, for the kid, he was going after his dog, and did you see those Coke bottle-ass glasses? He probably couldn't see the dirt bikes.
Oh, whatever. You know the best way to get rid of a kid with glasses? Bees.
Oh. He doesn't deserve that.
I know, so they went the opposite route. Vehicular fucking homicide.
No kidding.
And after they run him over, they're like, oh my God, what should we do? And the guy's like, grab the beers. We gotta head to the cabin.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This whole situation was isolated. I'm going to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a super dick move. Absolutely. But they could have just left. Like, not just like go to the cabin. They could have just left.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
You know, left Arkansas, Arkansas, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Homeboy with the, that actually did it, takes off with the keys and is like, I'm out. I'm on probation or some shit. I'm not having it. See y'all at the cabin. Everybody else just like follows right behind him. There's like one person that stays behind with the kid.
Yeah.
And by the way, one little thing I gotta say about this kid, like, is he trying to be dead? Because he's like blinking and shit. Like, you can still see him breathing and stuff. He's not like crying or moaning. He's laying there motionless but blinking.
Okay, so I'm watching this with Noah, and you bringing that shit up is making me hilariously laugh because as we're sitting there, he goes, "That kid's blinking. He ain't dead."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't think he's supposed to be dead because I've seen this movie a million times." I was like, "His daddy's gonna hug him here in a little bit, and he's gonna be like, 'Daddy, I love you,' and he's gonna be like, 'I love you too, boy.' Oh no, you dead? Where's the witch?"
You're not far off. That's kind of what happens. Daddy comes, hugs him. Oh no, you dead now. Where's this witch ass bitch?
Yeah, but it's like much more awkward than that because like the dude that stayed behind, I guess, to be the good spirit of the group, is like, I'm here to help, even though all the cars that came with me are gone now. And like, Lance Hendrickson picks up the, I guess, dead kid at this point and walks away. And the guy's just like, "Hey man, I'm here to help," and he just like shoots like daggers out of his eyes, which
Yeah.
in any case would be like, okay, I understand, like his boy's hurt, but like it stays on him a little too long. You killed my Hendrickson.
Oh, it's over 9,000. Fucking shit. But he's sitting there and he's staring at him, and the guy's like, "Don't you see this bandana? I'm the good guy." And Lance just goes inside with his little kid, and he's like, "I remember you made me a necklace." And he's like, "I did, Paul. Cough, cough. I'm dying just like the guy in the Mask movie. Cough, cough."
I kind of half expected a moment of just like, "Hey, why didn't you run over me?" or something like that.
Why did you sound like an angry Bruce Willis?
I don't know. That kid fucking died hard, I guess.
Oh. So, guys, how many of these kids are there? Not the child, but like the teenagers. Are there like
I think there's a
8 of
total
them?
of 6 victims.
6 of them?
Yeah. Because like I stopped paying attention to like all the college kids after a while because I didn't fucking care. It's all bad. Definitely anywhere between 3 and 6.
Yeah, there's definitely more than 3. I was thinking that there were like 8 of them, but I don't know. They're all just like assorted casualties.
There's a gaggle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a gaggle, and they're definitely like NPC-ish, just like random people.
There's 4 standout personalities. There's the narcoleptic who passes out over and over. There's the Christian. Then we
I
have
remember her. Yeah.
yes. Then we have Leathers, and he's like the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then we have Bandana Man, and he's the good Samaritan.
Is Bandana Man the same guy that's wearing like the denim jacket? Because I noticed denim jacket guy.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so those are 2 different guys. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like the bandana guy is the guy that helped the kid and he didn't have a jacket.
Yeah, Bandana bites it first. Denim jacket guy makes it till the end.
Yeah. I just know that there was a brief moment in the very beginning of the movie where Leather Jacket Man did like a Stallone impression, and it threw me the fuck off for the rest of my life.
Yeah, when they're cruising up there, like I don't even remember what it is. He's like, "Hey, babe, get me a beer," and then she does it. And what is it that he says? He says something.
I totally forgot, given the impression it had on me, because it fucking threw me for a loop. I was like, did he just ask her to cut me?
Oh.
You know the giant Pumpkinhead monster shit on my floor.
No, I know what it was. He's like, the one girl is like, "Hey, why do you always have that stupid rifle?" Foreshadowing. And he's like, "'Cause you never know what you're gonna find in the jungle."
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like a line you do when you like grab your nuts, like, "Eh, I'm tough as fuck."
Yeah. Reminds me of that, like the one guy in Detroit Rock City, just like macho tough guy, disco fucking douche.
Oh yeah, 100% that guy.
Yeah.
I got pizza in my hair. Oh, they put the gay makeup on me.
Oh.
Shit. The gaggle of victims, they fucking go to the cabin or whatever, and they have this like existential moment where like the leather guy, he's clearly like, you know, the bad guy, and everyone's just like, what do? We can't just do whatever. Clearly on their own accord, they could just fucking ditch this dude. Like through this whole thing, I was always wondering why don't they just go?
Leather coat guy took the keys, and then dude was like, "I'm gonna punch you and take the keys back," and he was like, "I'm gonna hit you with a log, cause fuck that kid. I'm on probation."
Yeah, he's on probation, and I think he's still like dead set on like going to the cabin, having a good time, just ignoring the dead kid.
Oh, but like he's brooding the whole time, so he's just like what, slam dancing while everybody else is just like, all right.
God damn it, the trout are biting, boys.
There were 2 of them that were like giving him some guff, like, "Hey, you know, we should do something. We got to do something," and he just like locks them in the bathroom.
I don't know. Just,
Yeah, I don't know. It
like,
was somewhere.
how the fuck you gonna get locked in the bathroom? Like, shit,
Yeah.
come on.
And like even later in the movie when they were finally let out, they're all just like they weren't even mad. They're just like, that was a mild inconvenience.
Right.
We had to poop in front of each other. How weird.
They do a
Like,
lot of eye contact.
it's just like one of them like has to absolutely take a shit, and then the rest of them are weirded out, and they're like, wait a minute, I kind of have to take a shit too.
Oh, they're just like back to back, ass to ass.
Oh
No, front to front for sure.
What?
Like one of them sitting on the other one's lap facing them.
Oh,
It's like
they're-
belly to
they're
belly.
fucking
Oh
Spidery?
no.
Yeah.
This is like maximum capacity of that toilet.
Oh yeah. A little bit's getting
Shit.
on the lip too.
They're
Ew.
just clown carring it at this point.
For whatever reason, they all have diarrhea now. So you got two of them in the bathtub, just like shitting, and they're trying to like waffle stomp it.
And all this while Lance Hendrickson's trying to find a witch.
But yeah, Lance Hendrickson eventually makes his way to this witch. What happens is he actually takes the kid and he drives up to like the guy that he took all that pig feed to, old hillbilly up in the hills, and is like, "Hey, there a witch up here? I heard about a witch. I don't know though."
Yeah.
There ain't no witch. Get on out of here. And then Converse kid shows up and he's like, hey, mister, I know where the witch is. You give me one of them fancy Rolexes and a condom.
Condom.
Condom. Like, what kind of a place is this? Like, there's a couple This isn't a town. This is like all one family, and I feel like they're
100%.
just making more people out of the same people that they got there, if you know what I mean.
Oh, it's just like the same actor just dressed slightly different, or
No,
more
I'm talking about incest.
Oh no.
Yeah, because where are their mates coming from?
Look, there's Razorback Holler and then there's Brokeback Holler. Oh.
Actually, just briefly, that little conversation between Lance Henderson and bearded hillbilly man, where he's just like, "There ain't no witch." That was actually pretty good. Like, there's obviously something, and the guy's just like, "Listen, you don't want none of it. Knock it off."
Yeah, he's
Do
like,
not
look,
seek the treasure.
Yes, 100%.
look, he's like, hey, my boy is here in the seat of my truck. He's kinda dead. Help me out, bro. And Redneck's just like, that's too bad. I'm sorry about your boy, but you should go bury him.
I think that's one of the few really good acting moments because he's like, "Go home, bury your boy. I'll see you next week." I'm just like, damn, this dude's serious. And then he's like, "Hey, dipshit kid, go in the house. I gotta tell this dude where the secret witch is."
But no, it's the kid that actually tells him where the witch is. It's like, hey, it's up on Black Ridge Road or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll take you up there, but I'm only going halfway because that bitch kind of scares me.
You can see why whenever he walks into her orange sepia-hued house.
Yeah. It's like walking onto the set of Nothing But Trouble.
Her name is
dude.
Haggis, and she has like a pet owl and rats and tarantulas just like running about her apartment. This is like a cabin at best.
She's just running the numbers on her like Hogwarts animals,
Dude, yeah, it's 110% fun house witch scene. Like, you look at it and you go, okay, I know exactly where I'm at when I look at this.
Yep.
But unfortunately, this entire scene is punctuated by Lance Henderson really laying on the Southern accent. And I fucking couldn't stand it after a while because like everything that fell out of his face was like, I'm just like, you're the guy that got cut in half in Aliens.
I don't know a whole lot about Lance Henderson, just being honest. Where is he? Is he like American or like? Because
Yeah.
I kind of have like I get like Germanic vibes from him.
He might have some kind of heritage like that. I
Might
don't
be
know.
not- like, is his natural speaking voice? That's what I'm asking. Is his natural speaking voice like American English?
Yes.
For some reason, I felt like he was, a German speaker, maybe Danish, something like that. Maybe Mads Mikkelsen-esque.
See, I was leaning more Michael Fassbender.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
But now he's there with the witch, and we get to look at her, and she looks like every other witch that you've ever seen in your life, except for her hair looks really fucking good. Like, in the sense of it looks awful and falling out and gross, but that looks really good. Everything else, she's just a witch.
I'll tell you what she looks like to me. If you guys ever played Skyrim, she's a hag raven.
Yeah, all right. I'm on
that's
board
all
with
it
that.
is. Yep.
Either that or Dan Aykroyd in drag. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh no, dick nose. But she's sitting there and she's like, I can't raise the dead, Ed Holly. He's like, bring me back my boy. I want that demon. And she's
Let's
like,
go get Junior.
yeah, let's go. And basically pleased with her, gives her all of his money.
Dude rolled up with leprechaun money.
And like we get a little bit of a monologue from Lance Hendrickson where he's like, when I was young, I heard about men who'd been wronged and they'd come to you and you'd call upon this powerful thing.
Yeah.
And they'd get their vengeance.
I think they'd only get their vengeance in the hottest of years. And this year it goes hot.
I think this is the part that I was talking about before the cast where like this feels a little long-winded. Because like I'm watching this and I'm like, why is he telling me this when I just watched the prologue? Like I know he knows. Like I think they know that we know this kind of thing. Like stop, just do it.
I know that he knows that I know because he's in this movie and I'm watching it.
I'm just a dude pretending to be another dude.
Yeah, but there's one line that this witchy lady whips out and I don't know what it means. It's just, I feel like kind of out of context. She asks, you ever heard a razorback holler?
It's almost like that bit in Airplane's like, so, kid, you seen a grown man naked?
Yeah.
Well, she says, yeah, you heard about Razorback Holler? Up there, there's a place where you can dig it up. That's where she tells him to go up there. And dig up
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I misunderstood. I misunderstood completely.
That's right, because there's the really brilliant shot where Lance Henderson's just kind of like walking through the woods as like the day's turning into night and stuff like that. As like the light and stuff is like going across his eyes and his facial features, I'm like, dude, I can see it 100% why he was going to be the original Terminator.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he just had that like steely look. He's got that straight brow.
You getting a little bit of feelings downstairs? Yeah, same.
It's that 100% look of malice on his face without ever having malice on his face.
Yes, I agree. And also Chandler, keep it out of the pants, Henderson.
Yeah. But yeah, he's supposed to go out, see this. There's a graveyard in the middle of the woods. It's like, yeah, what you look for is there. You'll have to bring it to me because it'll be no use for you until you bring it to me. Also, leave the boy. I want to do stuff to him.
No, he smells nice. You know, he cleaned him up, remember? Now he smells like lavender and Axe body spray.
Ah, yes. Nothing like a corpse and potpourri.
Exactly. He brings back this thing, this lump of burlap, and throws it on the counter in front of the old witch. He's like, give me your hand, Ed Holly. I hope you're willing to pay the price because it's a powerful. And she cuts his hand and feeds it to the Pumpkinhead creature. And as he's passing out, it's waking up. And this is a really fucking cool scene. And I will say the only thing that is a negative is from now on, every time we see this creature, it will be accompanied by flashing light and cicadas.
That's actually not a detriment to me. I like the funky, nature-y sound and stuff. That worked. That worked for me. My huge complaint is, every time he's on camera, he's on fucking camera. It's been a little too long on him. And you have all these long shots of a dude in a suit. That doesn't give him any chance to build up mystery or any kind of thing like that.
Okay, I do agree with you on that. I think it should have been a little bit longer into the movie before we actually saw the Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
But I think when he's there, he looks really cool. But the shots that we see are they're a little bit too quick. From here on out, I'd be completely fine with long shots of it. But you're giving me a little bit too much, but also not enough for me to really be satisfied with.
Maybe I am being a little too complainy, but you have this creature who's supposed to be big and you backlight him and dude's got RoboCop shoulders and it's what the fuck?
Yeah. The thing that always threw it off for me is whenever they hold on him for too long and you get a chance to really examine him.
Yeah.
The shoulders I'm fine with because the joints are protruding, but when they get down to his canine style back bent legs,
Oh yeah,
you kind of go, okay, I can see where the stilt is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the stilt, but you know where it is.
Yeah, because they're made to look sort of like tree limbs or vines or something. Because he's
it's
part
super cool.
pumpkin or something. Yeah, it looks cool. But if you're looking at it, if you're really looking at it for long enough, you're like, oh, that's a dude in a suit.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because it's a cool fucking suit.
There is
Fine.
one thing I feel like this is probably about the right time to talk about. The lighting in this movie, I feel like, is really great, especially if he's on the screen or if you're, I don't know. I just really like the bright. It's intended to be moonlight, but it's like hyper bright moonlight. And it's all of this fog that it's cutting through, and you can see it shimmering through the fog so often when they're running through the woods or doing whatever. I like that a lot. I feel like that's done really well.
Yeah.
I agree and disagree, but there are some really good shots where it looks like there's almost a hole in the sky.
Oh, and you're not wrong on that, because what I got right here, I got a hole in the sky myself. This is from Delahunt Brewing Company out of San Clemente, California. This is Hole in the Sky, a 6.9% alcohol by volume, triple dry hopped West Coast IPA. Let's see what we got here. Really floral on the nose. Lots of like honeysuckle, vegetal, floral notes. But honestly, not a whole lot of that is coming out in the flavor. It is hoppy, but I feel like it's kind of like single note hoppy. It's not complex with those things that I was getting with the aroma. It's just like hoppy alpha acids. It's got a little bit of sweetness in there, but mostly it's pretty thin, to be honest. It's fine. It's not bad. This isn't a bad beer. It's just a little bit too like one note for me, if you know what I mean. Just hops. Generic hops. That's what you got here.
Speaking of hopping, that's what the movie is about to start doing, because Ed wakes up and she's like, "Go home, Ed Holly. Shit's about to get real."
And he just like, tucks his shirt back and he's like, huh, all right, I guess that's all I have to do.
Yep.
See you in the morning.
Yeah, at this point, like, we're probably, 45, 50 minutes into an hour 26 runtime. Shit starts happening now.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. The kill count starts to tick over like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Each one is unique and meant to represent his dark side and how this creature enjoys the kill more than just Jason or something like, oh, there it is, I killed it.
Yeah.
Everyone that he starts killing, they like to zoom in on his little like snarky, mouthy or toothy maw as he grins and does something like the Christian girl as he carves a little cross in her head. He's laughing about it. When the dude tries to escape on the dirt bike, he rips the chain off. He's like,
Yeah.
He's just a big murderous bully.
The lady who got like her face all marked up, I couldn't help but think like if everybody watching is like, oh no, he's killing her eventually.
Yeah.
Slowly.
I like the one Christian girl when she's still in the cabin. I don't know what she's saying, something about God, and then she grabs a knife, was it like a cleaver, just in case God doesn't show.
Oh, then the hell with you.
Yeah.
See, I like that because here's the thing, Chan Man. Did you notice that right before she says that, as she's walking to get the knife, in the window in the background, Pumpkinhead is walking by.
That's exactly what I wanted to bring up, because like this whole cabin thing, like after Pumpkinhead's been summoned, he's already there. He's already stalking them. And I know the movie on one occasion shows you that he's outside, but like I just kept an eye on the windows beforehand. I was like, honey, there's something outside. And she was like, what? Like, there's something outside. And then the movie actually revealed it. I was like, there's something fucking outside. I told you.
Was it getting you a little bit spooked there?
That was the most genuine, creepy part of this movie. And I was elated by it. I was like, goodness, that was brilliant.
Yes, because they build it that he's out there, he's out there, he's out there. And every horror movie you ever watch, they always say, oh, he's out there, he's out there, he's out there. But you see it, and it's not distasteful, it's not horribly done, and it's almost accidental that he sneaks by when he does, and it's just wonderful.
He's just strolling by to the craft table. Oh, excuse me.
I'm gonna go grab a beer real quick before I fucking smash this one bitch through the window.
Oh, that death is so silly.
One thing that we haven't really touched on is that anytime he kills or he has like some sort of an interaction, Dad back at the cabin feels it. I don't exactly know the relationship between Pumpkinhead and the person whose blood that he is, received a revival from, but Dad is feeling some shit.
Dude, this had me laugh. Like you said, every time Pumpkinhead kills somebody, Lance Henderson feels it. So once the murder's complete, Lance Henderson has a blood nut.
Oh, it's a blood nut for sure. Absolutely.
Bravo.
But the witch is like, hey, I know what you're feeling. It's okay. It'll pass. Just go
Dude.
home.
And that line doesn't mean anything because Lance Hendrickson's in the corner going,
God damn you! God damn you! He already has it, Holly.
Oh yeah.
He already has.
Yeah,
Just-
so he gets on this idea that he's going to go out and stop it. You know, this thing's done enough. Lance Hendrickson's going to go out and stop it. He'll do it himself. The witch is like, and you'll fail. You'll fail and you'll die. You'll pay the final price.
That's not fair. She's read the script.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's fucking metagaming.
There's a little bit of the movie that hinges on this weird juxtaposition where this is all Lance Hendrickson's fault, plus or minus a dead kid. And then he reverts on the decision 5 minutes later. I'm just fucking take your lumps.
He's like, I don't want to. I see it. Oh God, I see it. It's like, yeah, man. You wanted them dead.
Yeah, but I just wanted them lightly dead. Maybe 350. Crank this oven up to 500. I didn't want that. They're gonna get a little bit too toasty.
He wanted to read about it in the paper the next. Shame.
Yeah, exactly. That's a damn shame.
I didn't want any repercussions from my actions or anything. Fuck. Come on, witch.
Yeah, it's like some kind of Wishmaster stuff or whatever.
Yeah, you got what you wanted, but what a twist! Now,
So-
the killing starts with our good friend Nick Dana. And he's sitting there and he's like, well, I guess I'll go in here. Yoink! And he gets fucking snatched up real quick.
Which one is that?
The good guy.
There's a good guy?
He's the one that stayed with the kid in the beginning.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess good in quotations, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I'm such a good soul. I guess I'd better go outside and see what's happening.
Oh, shit. And they come back and they're like, oh my God, it got Steve. And the immediate reaction is, okay, the men will grab the gun and go hunt it. The women, you stay here, huddle in a ball and pray.
I remember Steve because I remember writing down Steve is proper fucked. He got real fucked real quick.
He straight up got yoinked.
Yeah.
It was a little comical.
And they give you this long torture scene of him just fucking being a dick and beating on him, letting him crawl away a little bit, and then fucking killing him. And he throws him on the porch, and Christian Mingle walks outside. And she's like, oh my God! And then Pumpkinhead's hand shoots down from the roof and fucking snatches her by the face and pulls her up. And I remember that as a kid being like,
Yeah, that's 2 kills really quickly. If he's running hardline, that's a UAV. He knows where everybody is.
dude, he's got the fucking, what was it, the Blackbird? He knows where they're going.
Oh, shit. He's prepared.
Now, this is where the killing starts. So he gets her, yanks her on the roof, carves a little Z in her forehead,
Beautiful.
commences to teasing her for X amount of time before pushing her face through a window. Now, he sets her against the glass gently, and you can hear the demon going before he busts her head through the glass.
Dude, he delivered that woman like a jackass would deliver a wrong order at McDonald's.
Yep. Oh, here it is. Slam it down. And now it's
Yeah,
going to
just-
bleed out on the counter.
Exactly. I say no, mayo.
But like after this, there's only like 3 left, right?
There's 4 or 5. So the next
Are
kill
there?
is
Wow.
the next kill is another one of the women because she passes out whenever old fucking Pumpkinhead slams girl through the windshield and dude's like, "It's me you want. Just take me. I'm Rambo. Remember?"
It glows
And-
blue.
Yeah, and he fucking turns around and Pumpkinhead's in the house just having a rave
Yeah,
and snatches up the sleepy lady.
that bit made me laugh because like he's outside like take me, and he's literally in the house that he just left.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, what? Just take me, save her." And he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna get this bitch." And then he takes her up in a tree. And this was a visual which it's unsettling because again, it's a man in a suit, but it's a very large fucking suit, and he's very high in a tree, holding a woman by the head, dangling her before people show up, and he's like, "Hey, guess what? I just dropped her 60 feet on a rock."
Oh,
Operation Dumbo drop right there.
Man, that shot is so problematic. I was like, man, why is she up there with a crane? Oh,
I thought it was like a telephone pole or something just happened to be in the middle of the woods. I didn't realize it was a tree.
And she falls down to like backward facing dog or whatever. Some kind of yoga pose.
Good stretch. Now we got leathers still left. We got denim jacket, good guy. We got other chick, and I think that's it. And they start running through the woods, going help, help, and some guy's like, get off my lawn.
Yeah, no, they run back to the property of the one Regnet guy with the 75 grandkids. And it's like, yeah, get off my property. We can't save you. You're fucking marked. Get on with yourself.
I guess they could have thrown some logic at this man who would clearly love to hear them say, well, I don't see any clear property markers, so I am free to go.
Then suddenly the wind kicks up, the blue light starts flashing. They turn around, there's Pumpkinhead, and the farmer's like, whoop, 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 fucking runs off.
We do get like a flashback to like the prologue or whatever, like, hey, let me in, help me. And they're like, no, sir, I cannot.
I won't do it.
I said my piece and I counted the 10.
But old grandkid, from earlier that actually helped Dad, Lance Hendrickson, find the old witch is like, he's feeling a little bit bad about it. So he's like, well, maybe I'll get my overalls back on and go outside and try and help him. When I say grandkid, this kid is like, what, 14? That would be my guess. Yeah.
Something like that. Because like he was sharing a room with like another child, a girl. I'm just like the whole time.
You say
like,
child, but.
Yes. I was going to say like, they're making more cousins.
Absolutely.
Now, while he's getting ready to run out there and help these folk, Pumpkinhead is there. And Lance Hendrickson's like, I'll help you folk. Don't worry about it. He's like, pachow, shotgun, pachow, shotgun. And Pumpkinhead goes down. And the guy goes over. And the first time you're ever going to see in a horror movie, they're like, don't get near him. It's going to get you. And he's like, shut up. And he takes his gun and he puts it to Pumpkinhead's head and kerchows him.
Kerchow.
Like, yeah, like fucking kerchow. Lightning McQueen. Blows his fucking mind. And he's like, no, it's dead. But he's not. And he impales this man with a rifle and lifts him up. Meanwhile, Lance Hendrickson, the would-be hero, is like, and passes out.
I know the movie's trying to convey like they're connected, and he's has this moment and another one later on where he has to figure it out as a character, but like that's straight up what he does. He heaves over on all fours. He's just he's like, don't do it. Don't show me the kill even though it's 5 feet away from me.
I've seen it through both eyes. Oh my God, vertigo.
Oh, fuck.
But these two, they run away, and little Converse kid shows up, and he's like, I know where I can take you. I can take you to church. It's a little bit run down, but it's church. You guys want to go?
A little bit run down. Dude, it looks like something from Fallout. Like
no, it looks like it's been burned to the ground and back.
Several times, yeah.
Someone burned it down, rebuilt it, just to burn it down again.
Yeah, and they rebuilt it with like the charred remains too.
Oh,
it's hilarious because he's like, yeah, it just didn't take hold here. I don't understand why. Oh, and by the way, Pumpkinhead's here, and they're like, what? And turn around, and he's in the doorway like,
oh man,
I'm gonna get you.
Yes, it's so bad. I felt so bad because like again, this creature's great, but it's framed so improperly.
You think?
He just looks so fucking dumb. He's just in that doorway over there with all this harsh light on him.
All the light they could get is behind him.
They turned on a fucking truck's headlights behind him.
It's like the Batman spotlight, but like Batman's like right there shining at him.
For reals. Now, that lighting is a little goofy, but whenever they run away and he steps into the church and they do it from the profile, that's a really cool shot. Him walking through the church, very lankily, long, gross.
You know why? Because he's partially obscured and it's fucking cool.
Yeah, meanwhile, Dad has this big idea that he's going to end this. He's going to get his fucking flamethrower together and he's going to, turn that into pumpkin pie. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. And Pumpkinhead shows up after thrashing that church, and we're at Ed Harley's little farm. And there's a funny / cute scene. So Pumpkinhead has injured the man, and the woman is hiding along with the boy, the Converse kid, and the dog of Ed Harley. The dog is hiding in the tool chest, which is adorable because he's just barely peeking out when Pumpkinhead walks in the room, and then he drops his head and the little chest slams. And then you got the kid in the closet, and Pumpkinhead opens the closet, and he's behind the shirts and shit. So Pumpkinhead, quote unquote, can't see him. And he's drooling and he's gross and it's super scary looking. And he's backing away like he gives up. And then he shoots back into the scene and tears the fucking shirts away like, bitch, I knew you was in there.
Yeah.
So what I took from that was, he sees the kid, but the kid isn't marked. So he's just going to like, I don't know, let him fuck off or something.
Oh, he's like, okay, I'm going to let this kid go. Wait a minute. I'm too much of a goof. I got to get him.
He was he's not one of the kids, but he's helping the kids. Come here, bitch.
Accessory.
Exactly. Guilty.
No, the kid survives though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he did.
There's only one more death, and that's old Lance Henriksen himself, because Pumpkinhead is now like one hand, denim jacket, one hand, kid, and he's like, I'm gonna kill your boyfriend and this innocent kid if you don't come out, basically. And the lady's like, oh my god! And then Lance Henriksen shows up, and he's like, I got a flamethrower. Oh, a pitchfork.
Yeah.
Oh, I know my power, but fuck, I would never do this.
Who put this fucking pitchfork here?
It's straight up Sideshow Bob. Like, squeak.
Yeah.
He runs into the pitchfork and he can see that Pumpkinhead is also injured by the pitchfork that he just ran into. Like it's some kind of like voodoo doll kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Lance Henriksen with the fucking giant pear on him, he's like, all right, I'm going to slowly take this pitchfork out of my arm and stare at Pumpkinhead right in the fucking eyes. And I'm going to blow my fucking brains out.
Yeah.
He's like, what? Then he does it. And Lance Henriksen's like, I fucked this up. I'm sorry. And falls down.
He didn't even have a moment where it was like, this kerchew's for you. Boom.
He turns to Converse Kid and is like, you met me at a very strange point in my life.
But to this movie's credit, like I've been giving it like a lot of crap about like the awful direction, but the fact that Lance Henriksen just blew his brains out, but he's still partially under control of Pumpkinhead and he reanimates is fucking amazing. I didn't expect it. I was just like, oh my god, this may not be the foil. Good for you. I didn't expect that.
But then he's still alive, and he's like, help me, little girl. Shoot me multiple times as I transform into a beast.
I need to be shot more. I shot myself. I need more bullets.
Feed me, Seymour.
I've got a fever, and the only cure is more bullets. You gotta put me in the Joe Dares.
Joe Dare.
For some reason, the Pumpkinhead, its corpse catches on fire. Just bursts into flames.
You don't need it. You don't need it anymore. Whatever. It's like a phoenix. Like, burns and comes back as Lance Henriksen.
Sure.
In the sequel.
Let's go with that.
Just sure.
How's he gonna be back for the sequel? He done blew his brains out.
No, it's a sequel to a horror movie. That means they get someone who is going to be really successful 20 years down the line. So it's probably like, I don't know, Mila Kunis or something.
And then like Busta Rhymes karates him.
Mila Kunis and Busta Rhymes.
Trick or treat, pumpkin fucker. Oh, shit.
Well, besides all that nonsense, as a whole, this movie kind of broke my heart. Because, like, this movie is very simplistic in its favor. But the direction is awful. I have a feeling Stan Winston, who invented Pumpkinhead, put this suit together and it looks fantastic. You can definitely tell that that's his strength. He has no experience working with actors. Nobody fucking gives a shit. And unfortunately, it comes across on the screen. When it comes to just basic direction with the camera, it's fucking piss poor. There are like these golden spots where for some reason it looks fantastic. The back half with like the orange lighting is brilliant. There are brilliant pieces with Pumpkinhead as he's moving around. But like, I think he's too proud of his creation. And that's at the detriment of the movie because you see him way too early, way too much, takes out the mystique. And by the end of it, it does come to like a decent conclusion, but I'm just like, most of this time I knew too much. Don't take my harsh critique as like, I did enjoy it. I like this movie. I do. But the reason I'm so harsh on it because it's so incredibly close to being the perfect what it's trying to be. It's very close. It's like one shade away, one shade of orange away. And it's just, man, and that's what's frustrating about it.
I'll tell you, you've got a lot of qualms with this movie, a lot of very well thought out, well structured arguments. I don't give a shit about any of them. I had a good time watching this movie. Like, yeah, there are issues. I just don't care. It was a fun time. I don't know. This isn't Schindler's List. This is a fucking movie about a gourd that has come to life. That's what it is. I had a good time. I don't really care about anything else, to be honest. Had a good time.
I fucking love this movie. Okay, Lance Henderson does such a good job. Even when he's like, I'm laughing my ass off, and I'm like, man, good for him for at least fucking going for it. And the creature looks amazing, and I love to see it when it's on the screen. I'm like, yeah, look at that fucking dude. This is the first movie to give me nightmares. Like, I remember being a little kid and being scared of this shit. Like, I was afraid Pumpkinhead was going to get me. I was fucking terrified. And this movie is just one big love letter from Stan to his creature. He's 100% pulling a fucking Spring Breakers and just going, look at my shit.
Well, fellas, there you have it. That's Pumpkinhead. If you have any strong feelings about the movie or the show, leave it in the comment section below.
Please leave us those comments about this fucking movie, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, make sure you hit that bell icon so you know next time we've got another one of these brewing.
Get out there on social media. Follow us on our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We got that Reddit. Thanks to the Anchor app, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We got YouTube, of course. So we have an administrator making shit for y'all. Check it out. If you don't, we'll have to go see that witch, and she's gonna be like, I'm gonna summon up some giant. Why do I sound like Steven Seagal? Fucking got all that.
Get out of here.
Oh fuck.